Yeah, I think that the Bay is like we were just talking a little bit about this, but I think the Bay is its own. It's very there's the only place that I can kind of like on a very much smaller scale is I moved to Tampa and I went to when I did radio in Tampa for a few years, and when I went to the club there, I heard some shit called juke music, and it's only in Tampa will that shit get played. Nowhere else. It's like 100.
Would you kind of say it's like a go-go thing?
It's like
DC?
105 BPMs with bells in it. It's some shit. It's called Tampa juke music, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And I feel like in the Bay, it's the biggest example of that as far as like, except for the Bay has influenced everybody
A lot.
I mean, no, like I feel like the Bay does not get their just due, and I say this all the time. I think the Bay has so much influence on hip hop.
Facts.
And they don't get their
not
credit.
just hip hop, shit.
Fashion,
technology,
of course,
fashion.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like it's a lot more weed.
But I feel like it's just an island, and it's like okay, like you could go to the Bay, and there'll be like records that go up that aren't even necessarily Bay records.
Yeah. Yeah.
That are just so big
in the Bay
that you'll be like, yo, this song was like, this was a big record?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
And you won't even really know like that.
Yeah.
Like, you won't even really know the song like that unless you come to the Bay and you see the effect of it. So when you driving through the Bay, you hearing it on the radio, you seeing people in the car play it. You a big DJ, so I'm sure you've had a lot of DJ gigs up there where you spinning in the clubs and you hearing the people coming to you telling you to play records that you might not even have. Like, what the hell is this? You know
that happened to me one time, and then I had to be like, okay, I had to hit a homie and be like, yo, I just need the folder of like the odd records that I should just have on deck for if I'm ever and it was like just
gotta have
crazy shit. Like
Trunk Boys, Cupcake, No Feeling,
bro,
like
all shit that you just would never expect. Like, I want to say like Baby Boy like just some like random shit that like you're like, yo, I didn't know this song was a thing. Like I knew about the song, but I didn't know anywhere else gave a fuck about it. But nah, I do think that it's like, you know, obviously with the rich history of the Bay, it's dope that there is, you know, for what you do, there is a dope side of the Bay. There's, you know, back in the 90s, there was Hyro and Souls of Mischief and all that. But I think that like a lot of people associate Mozzie with the Bay. He's from Sacramento.
Facts. Shout out to the fella too. That's my dog, man. Shout out Mozzie. Shout out to Sacramento too.
But I feel like you're in a dope position where you're you can make music that everybody in hip hop respects, and you also happen to be from the Bay.
Facts.
As opposed to like,
that's the goal.
Because I think a lot of times with Bay Area artists, we associate them with being from the Bay first.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there's some sort of preconceived stigma that comes with that you might have already made up your mind about that artist, even though you know that's not fair, that's not okay.
But I mean, it is what it is. It's life, you know what I mean? Like we look at things and we judge it sometimes.
Like 24 Karat Golden's got the #1 song in the country, and I had no idea he was from the Bay until recently.
You wouldn't know he was from the Bay, but it's like he's doing a different type of thing. You know what I mean? Most people, like you said, you know they from the Bay because you could hear it in the music, you could hear it in the sound, you could hear it in how they represent themselves. Certain things they may post on Instagram or where they may be. But there's another level we could take things to that's a G-Eazy level, a Kehlani level, and now a 24K level, to where we could take things to another level to where the world could identify with us and rock with us, and we could speak for the Bay and be a platform for other artists in the Bay that want to take it to that same level.